All right, friends, how you doing out there? It's the Oz. Man, how's life treating you out there in the internet, interworld, whatever they call it, interwebs? Just starting off my little video here, I wanted to just do a little introduction because the next couple of videos I'm going to produce or put on here are not going to be about boots. I know a lot of people come into my channel, they want to watch boots or talk about boots or whatever, but they're not about boots. They're not going to be about motorcycles, and they're not going to even be about guitars, even though I haven't done too much guitar stuff, but I got to do some guitar stuff soon. Basically, I went on a trip. I went to Memphis, I went to New Orleans, I checked out Mardi Gras, I went to the Elvis Presley Museum, I went to Civil Rights Museum, I went to a plantation, just a whole bunch of stuff. And it's a lot to put in one video, so I think I'm going to break it up to 3 videos. So the very first video is going to be basically about Memphis and the Civil Rights Museum and Elvis Presley's Graceland. So anyway, I just want to do a little introduction because, once again, if you only come here because you want to see boots or talk about boots or motorcycles or anything else, these videos will not have any of that. So just FYI on that. So anyway, here's the beginning of the video, and I'm going to be in Memphis, or this is when I was in Memphis, and hope you like it. Take care. See you in a bit. All right, got the Ozman here, and I'm in beautiful Memphis, Tennessee. Oh yeah, Memphis. You got a bridge over there. Look at that. It's kind of raining over here, kind of lame. I mean, who comes to Memphis when it rains? The Ozman does, that's who. But I gotta tell you, I kind of dig Memphis. I kind of dig the vibe here. I'm gonna go get some barbecue, some Tennessee whiskey. Right now I'm staying at the beautiful Hotel Indigo, where, it's either this or the Four Seasons. You have to choose. You have to choose. And here I am in the smoking session. I'm a little surprised that there is absolutely nobody smoking. A little surprised. Maybe I need to light up a bud, But anyway, let's go explore. All right, I'm here walking the streets of Memphis, Tennessee. It's raining. Look at that. That's pretty cool, I gotta say. I like the old buildings here, and they got tons of trees. It's like Tree Central here. You know how much trees there are in Los Angeles? 1. Look at that. I'm here on Madison and B.B. King. Look at that. Peabody over there. Wow, it's starting to rain hard. It is pretty rainy out here, though, I gotta say. These guys nearly ran me over. Today is a Tuesday, Valentine's Day, and look, hardly any traffic.
Valentine's Day.
If this was Los Angeles, it'd be bumper to bumper, baby, bumper to bumper. At this cool little mural over here. I gotta tell you, I kind of dig this whole vibe over here. Look at this. That's kind of cool, I was thinking about moving to Portland. Maybe I should move to Memphis instead. Look at that. Anyway, I'm headed to Beale Street. Gonna meet my friend and have a couple beers, maybe some barbecue, some Q. Seems a little quiet over here, though. How you doing? What's up? Friendly neighbors. We got all this stuff up here. Well, not as wild as I would expect, but still pretty cool. Look at this. Now that's something right there. That's what we're talking about. The B.B. King's Blues Club. Man, right there. End of discussion. Looks like this building here burned down or something, and now they're trying to bring it back. We got Blues Hall up there, Rum Boogie Cafe. And to think some people think Nashville's the place to go. What is that about? Oh, there it is. That's the one. The pig. I might have to go to that Pigs, Pork with an Attitude. I think this is a very cool street. even though it seems like it's kind of quiet tonight. I mean, I even dig like a Circus Casino up there. That's cool. Now, this is pretty darn cool, man. I dig it. I dig it. What is Tater Reps over there? Oh, looks like that's a fudge store. Rock and roll clothing and souvenir. Gotta be careful not to slip here. Look at that House of Blues right over there. Anyway, I'm in Memphis for a couple days. I'm gonna be heading down to New Orleans to check out Mardi Gras. But I'm here in Memphis. I'm gonna try to visit Elvis's home, Graceland, and then maybe check out the Civil Rights Museum before I head out. Look at that. All right, we got the area here. The lady in one of the stores told me I should eat there at that Blues Cafe. She said it's off the ribs are falling off the bone. That's what she said. So I might go there a little later. But at least it looks like the rain has mellowed out a little bit. But yeah, so far I'm digging Tennessee, digging Memphis. All right, looks like we got a Tina Turner play here. Tina Turner musical at the Orpheum. Wow. Yeah, Beale Street, Memphis. That's so cool. I'm digging it. Just so happens that we're at the Lorraine Hotel where Martin Luther King was shot down in the prime of his life. Oh, we also got this cool mural up here. Look at that. I think that's, I don't know who these people are actually. But it's still pretty cool. And then we got this door to nowhere. Look at this thing. Door to nowhere. You have a door here, but if you were to walk out this door, you would come to your doom. Look at that. See, there's no steps. You see this? Look at that. There's a door here on 416 South Main Street, but if you walk out that door, bum 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 bum. Think about it. That doesn't look good. Anyway, here we are. Ah, look at that. And they got it all lit up and everything. That's kind of crazy that he actually was here. Look at that. That's cool. So this is where Martin Luther King was assassinated. I'm going to come here tomorrow and check it out during the day. Yeah. Look, you can even touch to begin. So is this thing working right now? Does it do something?
One of the most tragic events in our nation's history gave rise to one of the most celebrated.
The National Civil Rights Museum opened today in Memphis, Tennessee, but instead of a ribbon-cutting ceremony, a chain symbolizing slavery was cut.
Recognizing the symbolic importance of the Lorraine Motel after Dr. King's death.
That's very cool. All right, so here I am at the Lorraine Hotel where Martin Luther King was assassinated. And look, they have the moniker there and it says, "I have a dream, MLK." And so there it is from a distance. I'm not too sure if those Cadillacs belong to him or what the story is with the cars. My friend thinks that maybe he drove a Cadillac, but he's not too sure. But tomorrow when I come back to the museum here, I'm going to check it out and hopefully find out exactly what went down with the Cadillacs. But I know he got assassinated. I don't know the whole story, if the guy drove by or somebody came out. My friend told me that whoever assassinated Martin, the guy who they say killed Martin Luther King, he denied it. He said he didn't kill him. So I don't know. I'll find out more tomorrow. But there's some Cadillacs. And supposedly that's the room 306 where he got assassinated. That's why there's a wreath there. So I think they're like pointing to this park over here. Okay, I'm walking up the grassy knoll. My friend says that supposedly the killer of Martin Luther King was up in the grassy knoll. Just like, what's his name? Kennedy. So here we go. I don't know, what is that up there? Is that a bookstore or what is that? So anyway, the killer, according to my friend here, was right up here. He zoomed in, even though he denies it. You say he's denying it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the real killer's still on the loose.
The real killer still on the loose. Yeah, well, isn't that who took down OJ's wife? Yeah, it's all coming together.
It's the man.
It's the man. Anyway, very cool. Tomorrow I'll check it out in more detail. All right, so this is my next day here in Memphis, Tennessee. Last night was pretty cool. Today's not too bad. Look at that. I'm just, the only thing I'm a little surprised is how quiet it is here. I'm supposed to be in the downtown area, supposedly. And it seems kind of mellow. And today is like a weekday, so you would think that it would be packed with people and everybody going crazy. But it seems to be kind of mellow. Anyway, I'm heading over to Walgreens right now, and then I'm gonna go see Elvis Presley's home, sweet home. And now the resting place, I guess, of, is it Lisa Marie? Yeah, Lisa Marie Presley. So, gonna check that out. But anyway, still here at Memphis, and I really like this little town. You know, they say, my friends were telling me last night that supposedly this has a high crime rate and all this stuff, but you know, I've been walking around this town and it seems pretty safe to me, but what do I know? Let's see, I gotta make a left. Very cool. I think this place is kind of cool. Gotta walk through this park here. You know, the other thing too I've noticed about Memphis is that they do have homeless people. You know, I mentioned when I was in Portland there was a bunch of homeless people, and when, of course, Los Angeles has tons of homeless people. But here, you know, I see some homeless here and there, but they don't have the tent encampment, you know, like they do in Los Angeles or Portland. Also, I've noticed very little graffiti here, which I think is interesting. Anyway, let's check out this park here. So we got this cool fountain here, but looks like there's no water in there. But still pretty cool. You know, see how quiet this is. As I'm speaking to you, this is a Wednesday morning. You know, I think it's almost 8 o'clock. It should be, you know, I'm supposedly in downtown, but look at this. So mellow. Got some wildlife happening over there. Got this cool looking pyramid. Got some pyramid action going on there. Anyway, very cool. You guys got the Marriott there if you guys plan to stay at that. Spring Hill Suite is right there. Yeah, I'm just so surprised at how mellow it is in this town. But you know, about maybe 3 weeks ago or something, there was a big the police assaulted an individual and he ended up dying. So, you know, I guess there's been a turbulent past here in Memphis, and my friend was talking to me last night about, you know, back the civil rights days, Jim Crow and all that stuff. And yeah, Memphis is in the heart of it. All right, I'm here at Graceland, here in Memphis, Tennessee. I just checked out the mansion, went on the whole tour and everything. Unfortunately, they don't let you videotape much, so I couldn't really videotape. I'm not even too sure I'm allowed to videotape out here, but this is like the main entrance over here. So, I don't know, it was a pretty cool tour, I gotta tell you. They give you a lot of Elvis for the money, that's for sure. So, anyway, here's like the outside part. So, yeah, they got like a Miller milkshake place there. Anyway, I'll try to talk about it a little bit more in just a bit. All right, so they're kind of picky here at Graceland about video. They don't really want you to do video. So I'm just going to talk over some of some of the pictures here and stuff, and then you can just kind of, come along for the ride, as they say. So this first part is kind of the entryway, where you basically you get to Graceland, you kind of hang, and then while you're waiting for the bus to take you to the actual Graceland, the building, you're just waiting in this line basically. Then the next picture is going to be of Graceland, the living room. All right, so this is well, I guess it's really the dining room, not the living room. But, it's kind of fancy. It has that kind of 1970s vibe. The whole house is kind of odd because, looking at it from our current perspective, everything seems kind of, old-fashioned-y, a little gaudy, a little over the top. But I'm sure back in 1971 or whenever, they moved in, I'm sure this was all considered, upscale, classy furniture and stuff. But looking at it from today's point of view, you're like, I don't know if I would have picked those drapes or, those particular chairs and such. But hey, Elvis is Elvis, and this is what he chose to do. All right, the next one is, of course, the kitchen. And they got that humongous, I guess, microwave oven. Or it could have just been a regular oven, but I think that was one of the early versions of a microwave oven. And it, looks humongous. And once again, they got carpeting in the kitchen. Think about it. Carpeting in the kitchen? That doesn't seem like a genius idea, but, back in the day. And then over on the right, they have the little security camera and stuff, which is not so little, but, this was Elvis's home, right? So, and there was early technology back in the early 70s, but still pretty cool. I heard he has, one of the drawers still has like one of his knives or something. Oh, and now we're in the living room. So he's got this whole kind of jungle vibe going on this thing. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing sort of, I guess, is trying to look like you're in a jungle. I mean, that's kind of what I got out of it. Ironically, Graceland to me seems like a very dark house. Like it doesn't have enough light coming in. And you're going to see as we move on to the next section where we're in the basement, the TV room and such, it just seems really, really dark. All right, so this is the TV room, which is down in the basement. And as you can see, he's got the 3 TVs. They say he wanted 3 TVs because he heard President Johnson had 3 TVs. And he said, hey, if Johnson has 3 TVs, I should have 3 TVs. So, he had 3 TVs. Imagine if he was around now with Netflix and Disney Plus and HBO Max and all this stuff. He would need like 1 million TVs, right? Because, with streaming services and cable and everything. But anyway, that was his basement. And that monkey, for some reason, I thought that monkey was something that Michael Jackson also had. But I don't know. It was just something that I noticed when I was in the basement. Oh, and then he also has this kind of billiard room. But the weird thing is he's got this kind of curtain thing that goes all the way up in the walls, up to the ceiling. And there's no windows in this room that I could see. It looks like it's just all curtains. And this is what I was saying earlier about the house having this very dark vibe to it. It doesn't seem like, if I was rich, I would want my house to be super bright. But Elvis's house just seems very dark to me, especially when you're down in these areas here. And there's a little closer look of how the curtain thing was done on the ceiling. I mean, it's interesting. Maybe back in the day, once again, this might have been very cool. I kind of think maybe, I've never been to the Playboy Mansion, but I would assume the Playboy Mansion had the same kind of vibe. But looking at it from, 21st century eyes, it does seem very, very dated. All right, and this is the pool. Once again, I just thought the pool was interesting because it just seems so small. The one thing that I got out of Graceland was how small everything is. When you think about a mansion, you think this humongous thing, humongous building, but Graceland's actually pretty small. And there was a video that they played where somebody asked Elvis, after he became very famous, if he was going to sell Graceland and I guess move to Beverly Hills or something. And he's like, no, I love Graceland. I'm staying here forever. So, and he did until, he passed away. But I was just surprised how small everything is. I mean, yeah, that's, rock stars now are living in mansions that are, 5 times the size. All right, and so here's the the cemetery portion of the mansion. And you know, recently Lisa Marie Presley died. I think she was 54. So I'm 53, so she was 1 year older than me. And from what I heard in the news, she died of a heart attack. The other person, Benjamin Kehoe, I think is her son, and if memory serves me right, he committed suicide, I think in 2020. So yeah, kind of sad that they passed away pretty young, both of them. Especially Lisa Marie, it's sad. She's only 1 year older than me, but anyway, rest in peace. And yeah, so it's kind of sad. And of course, that's me hanging out there in my West Coast shirt. I had to represent. And right there, I had to take a picture with Elvis Presley in the background. Rest in peace. And yeah, it was quite a trip there to the Graceland. That's for sure. All right, so this car is Elvis's car, or one of his cars, but I just thought it looked so cool. It was like a custom-made car that I guess was in an accident at some point. He had a driver drive it, and he got in a crashed it or something, and then they rebuilt it. But I just thought, wow, this car is super cool. I would love to own this car and just drive down the street. I think everybody would just be like, wow. Yeah, it's just a beauty. Oh, and this motorcycle or tricycle, I was telling my friend, if as you guys who watch my video know, I'm a biker. I said, if I rode this puppy to Sturgis or, Laughlin, Daytona Bike Week, any of these rallies, I'd be a superstar. This bike is amazing. Just totally cool. It just says I'm cool. That's the bottom line. It just says I'm cool. And yeah, this was one of Elvis's motorcycles. So yeah, the king had a lot of fun toys, that's for sure. All right, so I'm in the Elvis Presley's little jet here. And that's like the whole little back area. You can even see me back there. And this is the cockpit. I was telling my friend they're not really doing a good job of maintaining the windows. Look at that window there. It's all yellowish. Looks like it's melting. But anyway, yeah, it looks like the plane needs a refurbishment. But yeah, Elvis Presley's plane right here, or his little one. This is his jet, his little jet here, and that's his big one over there. Elvis Presley plane. All right, I'm now leaving Graceland and heading to the Civil Rights Museum. It was a cool little place here. Elvis Presley, gotta love him. It'd be interesting to see what the future holds for Graceland, though, because as the newer generations come, I wonder if they're going to have the same affection for Elvis Presley as the older ones. Even one of the cashiers was saying that she notices very few younger people coming to see Graceland. So I don't know. We'll see what the future is. If you're in Memphis, come check it out. Who knows how long it'll be around. Maybe one day it'll disappear. All right, on to the Civil Rights Museum.
Suppose you get off and into one of them. If you don't move out of that seat, I'll have you arrested. Get up from there.
In 1955, if you had not moved by this point, you would be arrested.
You come here again for? You know you can't be served.
Trying to analyze the way that you can react to this situation non-violently or in a creatively loving fashion.
All right, so here I'm at the Civil Rights Museum. So I did a little video, not too much inside, a little bit, and I took some pictures. It's a very, very powerful museum. Yeah, and also it's so overwhelming to think that, Martin Luther King actually died there. He stayed there. It was an active hotel. And now it's been turned into a very nice museum. And they have these sculptures around. And this one I really liked. I thought it was very well done. And yeah, it's definitely something that, you go to these kind of museums and it really hits you, especially with all the racial tensions that still exist to this day. I really did enjoy the visit to the museum. The next shot here is, if you saw the video that started, the little clip I showed you where the bus driver was saying to the African-American person, either you get in the back of the bus or get off. This is the outside of the bus. They basically have an old-fashioned bus from that time period, and Once again, another sculpture here. And you know, it's just yeah, it's just crazy to think that this is the way things were, and in some cases still are, depending on where you know where you are. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have too much to say. I kind of just want things to sort of these images just to kind of stand on their own, but very, very powerful museum. There's also this next shot I'm going to show you right now is of a little bit of the Black Panthers and one of the leather jackets that they wore. I thought it was really, really interesting because, you know, Martin Luther King was all about nonviolence, but after he passed, I think that a lot of African Americans just felt very frustrated, and you know, something like the Black Panthers probably seemed very appealing at that time. All right, so I went through the Civil Rights Museum. There it is. I was here last night, but now it's the daytime. I didn't do too much recording inside. I didn't want to be disrespectful. They do allow videotape, unlike Graceland. Elvis Presley's Graceland, they didn't want me to videotape anything. But they do allow it here, but it just seemed disrespectful. But anyway, there's the room up there, 306. That's where Martin Luther King was last stayed when he got, and also where he got assassinated when he walked out the door. All right, so I'm gonna go across the street now, see what they have at the second half of this museum. All right, done with the Civil Rights Museum. Go to grab some lunch, late lunch. There was some laughter earlier in the recording. I just wanted to point out that apparently there's this lady who puts I guess a recording of laughter because she doesn't think that the Civil Rights Museum should be a Civil Rights Museum, but should be a shelter for the homeless. And that's her way of protesting. Apparently been doing it for 30 years. So, you know, hardcore. Okay, I'm here at the Peabody Hotel, and
That is cool.
it's my GoPro.
Is it a camera?
Yeah, it's a camera. So I wanted to, how you doing? See
That is so
the ducks.
cool. Yes, I watched the parade coming in.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so cute.
All right, thank you. All right, see, here at the Peabody Hotel, we're about to watch the duck parade. So let's see if we can get this on video.
All of our first-time visitors, my name is Keegan Walker. I am the duck master here at the Peabody Hotel. I wanted to personally and officially welcome everybody, not just to the Peabody, but also to this evening's duck march ceremony. Thank you all so much for coming out, everybody. I appreciate every single one of you.
Okay, I gotta wait till they start walking the ducks.
Looking good. Fantastic. Want to strike a pose for the good people? Good. Very good, Douglas. Looking good. All right, let's see if we can get him to pose for you all down here. Duckies, come on, strike another pose. Good. Very good, Duckies. You were doing it. I'm proud of you. That's right. Shake a tail, fella. Here we go. Take it down. Go down just a little bit further. A little bit further. I'm proud of you, Duckies. I'm proud of you. You got this. All right, let's see if we can pose one last time on the red carpet for these good people. Duckies, everybody strike another pose.
They're gonna go in the elevator.
Very good, Duckies. Oh, y'all are gonna be a good team. Yes. Perfect. All right, Duckies. Let's see if we can make it inside that elevator. Come on, y'all. I got faith in you. I got faith in you. There you go. There you go, Duckies. Fantastic. Perfect. Watch your step. Perfect. We did it. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have successfully marched our brand new team of world famous Peabody Ducks for you all. Today, and I hope that you all have a magnificent night. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it.
I'm feeling pretty good. Just finished. Oh, look at some more Elvis. You know, this whole place with Elvis Presley is ridiculous. I'm feeling pretty good. We just saw the Ducks doing a little march. We're at the Peabody Hotel, Memphis, where the rich people stay. I did not stay here. But anyway, pretty cool, pretty cool. So let's see what else Memphis has to offer. All right, friends. Well, anyway, I'm wrapping up the first video right now. That was the Memphis portion of the video. After I left Memphis, I took a train down to New Orleans, went through Mississippi. Very interesting Mississippi, you know, a lot of trees. You know, I have to be honest, a lot of rundown housing, a lot of poverty. So, you know, interesting. Mississippi on the train was quite interesting, but very beautiful. But yeah, I saw a lot of rundown housing. So Mississippi, but we stopped in Jackson for a little bit, but just a short little stop. But anyway, that's the end of this video. The next video will probably be about the plantation I visited in New Orleans. And then the last one will be about New Orleans and Mardi Gras. All right, we gotta love Mardi Gras, right? That's Mardi Gras is quite a party. I gotta tell you, it kind of made me I really had a great time at Mardi Gras, and made me think about doing Rio de Janeiro maybe next year for Carnival. But we'll see. Anyway, until next time, my friends, ride like the wind, don't let that wind ride you. And I'll catch you in the next one.